And welcome back, everybody, to the week of Who Would Win. And today's Who Would Win comes to us from TiggerFan901, who asked the question, who won a fight? Bender Bending Rodriguez versus Homer Simpson from The Simpsons, and Bender from Futurama. So, hypothetically, this probably could have gone into the speed round. But let's look at it for a second, shall we? Homer is a guy who lives in Springfield. Insert name here. They have for years never said which Springfield it is, and they probably almost never will. I mean, they know which Springfield it is. It's just we as the viewer don't. That doesn't. But we can make some educated guesses depending on certain things about The Simpsons. Homer is a overweight, balding family man who works at a nuclear power plant. He's also a heavy drinker, not to the extent Peter is, although, Homer can certainly get drunk, and has been drunk and done some weird stuff shit-faced before, but no, between Peter and Homer, Peter is the alcoholic, straight out. Homer just tends to drink it to excess now and then. He's also got an insane appetite to match. Like when the episode where I think they're in hell and being tortured, Homer just continues to keep eating donuts. I do like that. But honestly, when it comes to a fight, Homer is no more physically capable than any other guy of his age. I mean, we occasionally see him get into physical confrontations. The most apparent was his fight in the crossover with Peter. And he held his own. In fact, in terms of the actual straight-out fight, he did, I believe, beat Peter. Peter only won on a technicality where Homer got crushed by something. So, yeah, he's definitely physically capable when he needs to be. But Homer is not a character designed for physical combat. So that being said, Bender isn't really he's a bending unit. His whole function is to bend things. That is what he's designed to do. Bender's design model is not to be a soldier or anything like that. He's simply designed for manual work. But Bender has his own rambunctious personality and has no qualms about killing individuals. Because the problem in a physical confrontation between the two ultimately comes down to the fact that Bender is a robot and a very powerful. I mean, even a stock bending unit, which he is described as being, is still capable of bending steel girders like they're nothing. And he's even bent on the unbendable girder before. He is clearly capable when he wants to of just completely wrecking someone's shit if he has to. Add on to the fact that he's got a couple different modes of visual. He's seeing in different modes like vision, like infrared, that kind of thing. He can extend his limbs a lot farther than his body can normally go. He is powered by alcohol, so just trying to use alcohol will just not work if you're trying to set him on fire or whatever. I mean, he can't be hurt, destroyed, all that, but he's still far beyond any normal person. So in a physical confrontation, Bender would completely wreck Homer's shit. However, there's another competition we can do, and I thought about this when thinking about this match based on another match that I have in the book, because I'm currently transcribing putting all the Who Would Wins into a new book right now. So they'll have more room. I'll have more room just overall to write and have more room to put more suggestions down. Because I got people who just constantly give suggestions, and I only got so much room in a book and spacing on a page to do so. So every now and then I have to transcribe them to a new book, give them more room, all that goodness, all that jazz. So the other idea I have, and we could do, is a drinking contest between Homer and Bender. So who in theory could drink the most to excess? And unfortunately, the answer would still be Bender. I think it's just a fun concept, but the truth is Bender would still be able to drink more than Homer. And the very simple reason for this is biology and function. Technically that's two, but they're two in one. Biology and function. The reason I say biology and function is because Homer is still a human. He's still bound by his liver and his organs and his biology. Whereas Bender's unit, his type of robot, is powered on ethanol. He literally just keeps getting. He can't get drunk. Bender is incapable of getting drunk on alcohol. Now he displays signs of intoxication when he hasn't had an alcoholic drink in some time. He basically gets drunk when he hasn't had anything to drink. Sobering him up is his getting drunk. But overall, he still would beat Homer in that regard. Now, is there a way for Homer to beat him? Actually, yeah, but it would all depend on where the fight is taking place. Assuming it's home field advantage for Homer, if they're fighting in the nuclear power plant and Homer has any sort of brains to actually get him into, say, a reactor or something like that, well, yeah, he could completely fry and melt Bender down to nothing. And that is a scenario that hypothetically could happen. So I would say the chances are unlikely that Homer could beat Bender. Bender's also just smarter than Homer outright. So I would. It's very possible that he could beat Bender, but it would be a very set circumstance. So ultimately, yeah, I'd go Bender the Benny Rodriguez on this one. Bender pretty much wins the majority of the time. And once again, in hindsight, this probably should have gone in the speed round, but whatever. Things happen. Anyway, thanks for watching, though. Hope you enjoyed. Who do you got in this fight? Do you think there's a feasible way that Homer can win the majority of the times? Let me know in the comments below what you think. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Have a good one.